Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request. This time for Jacob. Thank you for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And so Jacob wanted me to react to some video called Gods of the Bible, Graham Hancock talks with Mauro Biglino. I have no idea what this is. It's an hour and 51 minutes, so it's a long video. But hey, it's a paid request. Like I've said, pretty much any type of request, feel free to send it. PayPal is usually the best bet. Links are down below in the info box. We'll see how this goes. I'm not going to show the video, I'm just reacting to it. I'll put the link down below if you want to follow along to whatever this is. But 3, 2, 1, pressing play. I have no idea what this is about. I mean, the title kind of gives it away, but ugh. The company of the perhaps the Spirit of the Lord has picked him up and set him down in some mountain or some valley. I looked and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north, an immense cloud with flashing lightning and surrounded by brilliant light. There's a place near me where you may stand on a rock. When my glory passes by, I will put you. You cannot do nothing. Sorry. I'm not making for the guy's accent. I mean, I can barely speak English, so who am I to talk? Are we talking about UFOs in the Bible? Is that what we're talking about here? UFOs in the Bible? I mean, obviously for this other guy, English is not his first language, so... Gods of the Bible, Graham Hancock tells him, Mauro Biglino. Translation of the Bible, okay. The Old Testament. So, different kinds of the Old Testament. Okay. Hopefully no one uses those as toilet paper. Just answer your question. Which testament is it? Old Testament, okay. Can we get back to the UFOs Bible thing? Can we get back to that? I don't need subtitles with this guy. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't need subtitles with this guy. The people... the people... Oh my god, we're not even 5 minutes in. Oh my god. What the hell did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? What did Jacob get me into? What did Jacob get me into? Jacob, what did you get me into, man? What did you get me into? Appreciate the paid request. I do appreciate it. I'm just wondering what you got me into, man. No. I'm glad it's making you understand because you're the only one because I couldn't understand what the hell he was saying. Torah. Yeah, I've heard of the Torah, the Hebrew Bible. Bible, not Bible. What the hell is a Bible? That's all. That's a whole notebook of all the bribes sports entertainment have gotten throughout the years. Imagine all the bribes were put into a book called the Bible. Oh, I thought he said book. I thought he said so. I didn't think he said book. I thought he said that with a G. I'm like Vietnam, like Full Metal Jacket. All the scholars of the world say this is the translation. It's not certain. They're not certain, so it could be all BS. Oh my god, man. It takes you 3 hours to explain 60 minutes. Bullshit. Elohim? Bullshit? Yeah. Sheet is right. Full of sheet. Bullshit. A lot of sheet. Sheet sounds about right with this. Lord of the Mountains. Can you imagine climbing a mountain like Sylvester Stallone cliffhanger and you get to the top and you see this big guy looking like Santa Claus staring down at you? But they know it's not tomato. The translation for Almighty is a mistake. So he's going to translate it. Apparently other people have translated this stuff the wrong way. So in other words, they fucked up. They keep translating Almighty when that's not the way to do it. It's not really Almighty. It's something else. But they screwed up. So I'm going to set the record straight. And put it back a bit. Or the record straight. Italiano. Well, actually, not it. Well. I'm going to work with Dario Argento to make a movie out of this. He started to do. We got to do our duty. Main importante. It always seems much more rich when it's Italian, right? Important. No, it's importante. You got to say it that way. It's fantastico. Not fantastic. Fantastico. Latin. Italiano. I thought he said in the no bullshit. No, nobody knows. You know, the past 10 minutes to be summed up is they fucked up the translation. I'm going to set the record straight. They screwed up. I'm going to translate it. He's a Bible translator for the Vatican. Okay. But should we trust the Vatican? I've seen enough of movies that you shouldn't trust the Vatican. John Carpenter's Vampires, for example. He got fired in 1 minute? Is that what he said? I know you're not hearing or seeing anything, but it's just this guy just going about working with the Vatican, translating the Bible, them getting mad. He gets other people involved. It just has an interesting thought. No one can prove that Moses was an actual historical figure. I mean, that's the thing. How can we prove Moses actually existed? Or if it wasn't maybe three people combined, maybe four people combined, maybe two people combined, maybe some person who was a bit of an anti-hero, bit of a imperfect person, but we embellish because we want a story that hopefully inspires people. I mean, think about it. Think about movies, right? And I'll let this play, but I won't go off on a tangent. Think about the amount of movies, right, that get made based on a true story. For example, this movie I saw that I liked, The Iron Claw, based on the Von Erich family, wrestlers. Now, let's say somehow, some way, years and years, decades and decades later, you just see that movie. You would think, oh, well, maybe that's the way the story was, where there were only four brothers, and these events happen in this way. And on the very same night this guy wrestled with Flair, he got on his motorcycle and then had his accident, and this happened this way. And when he found his brother dead, he tried to strangle his dad. When a lot of this stuff is like, well, no, that's exactly how it happened. But because we have people alive that can tell you, no, this is how it happened, that's how it happened. But 100 years from now, when this factoid or that factoid could be stretched, could be twisted and turned, who knows what else could be rewritten? Because all that, if they have the power of the pen and okay, just change bad to good or good to bad on that piece of paper, and then boom. So how do you know for certain all these events happened exactly as detailed? If I'm being honest, I don't really care about any of this so far. I gotta be honest. I'll keep watching because it's a paid request, but I don't really care about any of this. It's all about translation, translating the Bible, certain words on the Bible translate. I don't care. I don't read the Bible. Uh, I've looked through it when there's a point. I don't know when this was. Late 90s. For some reason, we decided to just start going to church and Sunday school type of. Not Sunday school, but. Not Sunday school. Youth group? Is that what the hell it was called? Like, where you all play these Bible games and stuff. I always thought it was boring as hell, and I'm like, I don't care. And the people were nice. The people, most part, were nice. I'll give you that. But yeah, I don't really know why that. Because my mom isn't really that religious, and I guess just for something to do, or because other people are like, hey, why not? I'm like, okay. And maybe my mom's like, okay. But it didn't last that long. It probably lasted at most a year, and then we just want to sleep on Sundays. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds good. The day of rest. So, and with religion, I don't know if the right term is agnostic. I'm open minded, but I don't believe in one specific thing. I would not say I'm Catholic or Christian or Presbyterian or Scientologist or any of the sort. I'm not atheist, but I think agnostic is the what would the actual definition of agnostic be? A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. Nothing is known or can be known of the existence of nature of God or anything beyond material phenomena. It's unknown or unknowable. Well, yeah, that's me then. I'm okay. I am agnostic. I would say I am agnostic. Elohim, Eloah, Yahweh. They don't refer to the same person. Jackal. Bruce Willis is the jackal. Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Dynamites, Samsonites. Chemush, Yukum, Dagon, Ashola. Multiple gods, okay. 23. The number 23? I mean, we don't know with the Bible how much of it was edited, how much of it was changed before it finally went from here to the book. Because you would think it'd be a bunch of notes and a bunch of stuff collected, and there might be stuff crossed off, change this, change that. Okay, then I rewrite it into the Bible at hand. And then the originals you burn it just like we throw pieces of paper away all the other time. On a hill east of Jerusalem, Solomon built a high place for... Well, so much for reading that. And the king of Israel fortified and occupied it when he made war against me, and Chemosh drove him out before me, and I took from Moab 200 men in all, and placed them in Jahaz. And that's it, to Dibon. And Chemosh said to me, oh, okay. Elohim. So you're saying in the Old Testament Bible, there's... So if you look at the Old Testament, it's not just one God, one solo God. I like the paintings. The paintings are nicely done. I mean, I like the paintings. Of course, from old, many, many years. That says 1855, does it say? Beautiful paintings. I kind of wish, like, if it was just paintings or even, like, animation, maybe that could help the video. Because who am I to talk? I mean, that's more than my video, so who am I to criticize? At least they have pictures. This is just me. You don't even hear anything because I don't want to get a copyright. So I feel like I'd be stealing from them. That's why I put the link down below. They give their video a watch. Give their video a view. I think that's only fair. You know what I mean? Let's say with reaction videos is that if you wanted that badly, just download both videos and you can just edit them together if you really want that. But if it's for a reaction, I don't want to be stealing someone's video. So you just be watching this and not watching theirs. I don't know. I know it sounds stupid and weird, but you know, people get mad at me that I don't show anything. But I'm like, well, A, because copyright is finity on YouTube, and B, just didn't feel like I'd be stealing from someone, so bear with me. So, oh well. That's just how it is with me. Halloween might have been human beings with special knowledge. The biblical flood, yeah. Noah's Ark. But was there ever a massive flood? That's the question. No Ice Age, medieval warm period, accumulation of snow and ice. We keep going, we're going to go get that again with the way the weather is nowadays. First, I thought he said the follower of whores, but I don't know if I can make it, man. It's been 35 minutes. I got an hour and 17 minutes left, man. I don't know if I can do it. I do not know if I can do it, man. I'm sorry that Jacob, if you find this stuff interesting, I'm glad you do. I certainly do not. Certainly do not. Because no matter all the conjecture, no one knows for certain. So it's all guesswork. Every bit of it is guesswork, guesswork, guesswork. So now talking about the flood. Could the flood have happened? If a flood happened, which would have made sense? 11,000 years ago because of the Ice Age, or the timeline that the Bible says, or supposedly the Bible says. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to react to. I really don't. So history always gets rewritten. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. History might be rewritten. Same with the Bible. The Bible could have been rewritten before it was officially pressed. You don't know, though. That's the thing. No one knows for certain. It's one thing if it's something from 1952 or 1975 and maybe to find ancestors. But even then, you don't know 100% certain. How many times, like, oh, even something that happened 10 years ago. Well, that's hearsay. That's this and that. If we don't know 100% what happened 10 years ago, how the hell we don't know 100% what happened thousands of years ago? 3,000 years ago. I mean, how would we know? That passage they put up is like, I was saying the. Sorry, I stopped because they mentioned Raiders of the Lost Star for a second, so it got piqued my interest. But it's like, oh, well, someone touched the Ark of the Covenant because an oxen stumbled, so maybe they're worried about the animal. But then God was mad and struck him down and killed him. That makes God seem like an asshole. You struck a guy down for no reason? Does he touch something? Doesn't really relate to an old, loving, caring God, you know what I mean? Just saying. It was the sound of the wings of the living creatures brushing against each other, and the sound of the wheels beside them, a loud rumbling sound. It lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness and in the anger of my spirit. The strong hand of the Lord on me. Rumbling sound as the glory of the Lord. Produces sound and burns, huh? Now they're talking about the Tower of Babel. Yeah, people want to reach the sky, yeah. Oh my god. I feel like I'm stuck in youth group again. Obviously, Jacob finds this a lot more interesting than I do. And he said in the paper clips, I'm assuming to share something with me that he's intrigued with, but whether it be black holes, wormholes, or this stuff, I mean, if it's a paid request, I'll do it, but I can't lie and say I'm intrigued when I'm not, because I'd be lying, and that wouldn't be right. So, I mean, if people are, that's cool. It's just not for me. And I'm sorry, this guy, like, I need subtitles. At times he's hard to understand. And because he doesn't speak English, I know it's not his first language, so I can't be mad at him for that. But it's just... Secret Society? Maybe it's the NWO. Is it the Black and White or is it the Wolf Pack? Or it's the Illuminati, that's what it is. It's the Illuminati. The Illuminati created the Bible to mess with people and lied to give people false hope. The Illuminati are hiding UFO under Area 51. It's not in the Area 51. It's under Area 51. That's when one can find it. Is under it. Okay, so the guy drank a bunch of drugs. Sure, his brain's chemically altered indefinitely. No, we don't see burning bush. Unless you're high on LSD. So someone was high. Hmm. So Moses took pretty much not peyote, but mind-altering drug. But that's a good point. I mean, think about all the times you have people that they tell stories about taking drugs, whether it be ketamine, whether it be mushrooms, LSD, and they see the craziest stuff. Now imagine you did that, but you knew nothing about what drugs can do. They could see anything and everything, and they think they see a demon or a god or something else. So when they say he saw a burning bush, it could be actually he saw a fire off a rocky mountain. There wasn't an actual bush. A fire, rocky mountain. Sort of like volcano. Was there a volcano there? I mean, that one guy does have a point. How this book has caused a lot of problems in the past 2,000 years, because how many times have you heard of a fight, a war going on because God, the Bible, all that stuff? Book of Revelation's written in Codex, okay. All the prophecies were written after the fact. There you go, yeah. And a lot of the prophecies never end up being true, too. Remember 2012? Well, where that prophecy, the 2012 end of the world, wherever the hell that prophecy came from. 2012 came and went. Nothing happened. 2022. Well, actually, I'm just saying there's no prophet 2012, and hell, it's been 12 years after. So Elohim wanted to get drunk and wanted to smoke. Or to be fair, not smoke, but to smell this aroma. But just the aroma aroused the endorphins. The smoke calms you. The smoke, the aroma calm me. Calmed by smoke. So it's like, they don't say nicotine, but needs to get drunk and a smoke to calm him down. There you go. Andrew Dice Clay is God. Or one of the gods. There you go. A gate, a Stargate. An order. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. If we founded it on the seas and established it on the waters. Lift up your head, you gates, be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty be in battle. Lift up your heads, you gates, lift them up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is he, the King of glory? The Lord Almighty. He is the King of glory. Talk about not answering the question. My God, there's 50 minutes left of this thing, man. 50 minutes. $50. 50 damn minutes left. Sorry, stretching my arms if you wonder what I'm doing. It looks like something from Dune. The sand dunes of Dune. Looks like one of those worms. There's a creature called Shamir that can cut the stones which Moses brought in and used to cut the stones of the ephod. How shall I make it so that the stone will be precisely cut? They split open along the lines of the ink of their own accord. The Shamir says it was created in the 6 days of creation, and nothing hard can withstand it. But not. Raw. Fly machine. Damn UFO. Oh, but Indiana Jones Team Crystal Skull is so bad because it mentioned UFOs and then the Spirit lifted me up and I heard behind me a loud rumbling sound as the glory of the Lord rose from the place. I looked and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north, an immense cloud with flashing lightning and surrounded by brilliant light. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal, and in the fire was what looked like 4 living creatures. All 4 of them had faces and wings, and the wings of one touched the wings of another. Each one went straight ahead. They did not turn as they moved. The appearance of the living creatures was like burning coals of fire, or like torches. Hmm. He encountered the Ark of the Covenant? What? Ethiopia. Very soon after watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ethiopians claimed to possess Ark of the Covenant. Hell of a thing to claim. In the mountains of Ethiopia? Okay. 1983, okay. Lords of Poverty, the power, prestige, and corruption on the international aid business. Okay. Practice sacrifice of rams? What the hell? Damn, I know they're bad in football, but you don't have to sacrifice the whole team, man. Maybe they get better, the Rams. What's next? The Buffalo Bills? Hmm. It's just telling a little bit of a story about the backdrop of Ethiopia, some of the religious parts in there. Hmm. So the Jewish temple did exist in Ethiopia. A lot of stories behind it, who knows, but the temple exists, okay. Klum. Ram-headed deity? Damn. Every damn animal is a deity. Deity of cats, dogs, rams. Well, I guess it's probably not a skunk one, so I guess not every animal, but still. Lake Tana. Source of the Blue Nile, okay. How they making art? Oh, I was gonna read it. Never mind. Oh, I just educated him, so he didn't really find it. He says there's a good possibility, but so no proof is what he's saying. No proof. I mean, you say it's an adventure. Just didn't sound like an adventure. Just you heard a couple stories and there was a temple, but that's it. Journalist Graham Hancock travels the globe hunting for evidence of mysterious lost civilizations dating back to the last ice age. Ancient Apocalypse TV show, 2022, one season. Yeah. Damn, he's banned from filming in Egypt? Damn. Banned from filming in Egypt. Wow. Damn. Holy shit. Well, it's just like Andrew Dice Clay, banned from MTV. This guy banned from Egypt. Damn. Not to tell people what to think. Encourage people to ask questions instead. Well, that's a good motif. Because, yeah, how can you know 100% for certain? Archaeologists complained I was too unkind to them. Archaeology completely dominates all thinking about the past. I get what he means. Where he says, kids, and whether it be kindergarten, well, granted, kindergarten, I don't know how many kindergartners know about archaeology and history of that. But I guess as it goes on, if you hear about those old times, it's their educated guess in a way, because they weren't there, they didn't see through their own eyes. Educated guess. It is. The further you go back, it's based on interpretation. I can get behind that. I get what this guy Graham is saying. I definitely get what he's saying. Oh, it's Netflix series. Okay. Damn, Netflix just did everything, don't they? Like they bought Monday Night Raw for like $5 billion. Which is so weird. Like they'll create a TV show, then it'll last like 1 or 2 seasons, then we're done, and then we go to the next one. I'm like, are they actually making money? Because they're spending so much money. I'm like, how much money are you actually making? I mean, it's like, damn. I don't know how the hell Netflix got all this damn money. Apparently they do, though. I'm curious, how much is Netflix worth? Curious. How much is Netflix worth? $249 billion. Well, it says the company's worth based on market cap in 2022 is $95.99 billion. January 26, 2024, $249 billion. $249 billion. Jesus. Sorry, Graham, I'm listening. Pretty much the archaeologists are giving him crap like he's wrong, and well, so there's no debate, there's no conversation. Pretty much the experts are pissed at him for having a different opinion. That sounds about right. That's how they usually do it. Don't think, just agree. Don't think, agree. That's it. Communication of people who have advanced technology to people who did not. He received a bullet. A military bullet. If I continue to make conferences, made 300 conferences in Italy, Germany, France, Portugal, Switzerland. If I continue doing that, the necessity to kill me or to kill one of my family. Can you imagine that? You receive a letter with a military bullet. Jesus. But then you look at some of the higher-ups of the church, they're as corrupt as anybody. Those are all the people with the altar boys. All the people that torture, murder, kill, punish, and the pretense of religion. Book of Jeremy. Necessary to request a human sacrifice, just the people wanted to obey. He said to him, Abraham, here I am. Then God said, take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on the mount I will show you. Isn't that funny, though? You read the Bible, you take that on its word saying, God told me to sacrifice my son. And this is a Bible that people hold on to, precious, concrete. They're the same person that on the news, if someone's arrested and they said, I killed my son because God told me to. The same person will look at that person and go, they're crazy, they're insane, they're on drugs, they're evil, they're possessed, they're corrupted. Could it be the same thing? Could it be the same? I mean, think about it. Gods of the Bible, a new interpretation of the Bible reveals the oldest secrets in history. So we have a different person. Sorry I've been silent for like 10 minutes. Pretty much they got a new guy in, And he's like, okay, I don't know anything about it. You're explaining to me what's going on. And pretty much the Italian guy, trying to do the best he can in English, is saying, listen, you don't have to believe in me. You don't have to believe in me. And I get it. 2,000 years, people say one thing, yet here I am saying a different thing. This is what it literally translates from Hebrew. And at the end of the day, which is more powerful, faith or knowledge? Like, for example, they don't say this, but for example, let's say there was a movie that was made about this with Antonio Banderas called The Body. What if you were able to find the body of Jesus? The guy that was actually Jesus Christ. You found his body. DNA proved it. Somehow, some way, some shape, some form. Would you accept it? Or would you go, you know what? People have this faith on God and they can't accept that, and just people, they live their basis, their livelihood, their moral compass based on these stories. If any bit of that is shaken of their conviction, I mean, it's hard when I can't understand what the guy is saying. Like it's hard to follow at times. I'm sorry, I'm gonna flip through this. It's 13 minutes left. Elohim, powerful people, Yahweh is one of them. There are people, but more technologically superior. Ancient ancestors of humankind. Yeah, it's pretty much, the guy just asked, and I know it wasn't much a reaction. I've been silent for most of it. It was pretty much just the guy asking, kind of like trying to recap stuff. It wasn't Graham, it was this other guy. The Elohim, almost kind of, in case people call this guy crazy, trying to explain it in other ways. To be honest, like, I didn't really have anything else to say about it. It's somewhat interesting, but I think it would have been interesting if it was like a 20-some minute video where the Graham guy, who's much more better articulated, just kind of, I talked to this guy, this is what he says. He says this, 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 this. When I asked about this, he said this. You have pictures, you have paintings. To be a 2-hour long conversation was a bit rough to sit through. And then also, like, Graham mentioned the Ark of the Covenant. I had a close call, but it sounded as if, but no, he didn't find it or anything. I'm like, no, that would have been news, but no, it was just some other info. But I just, like I said, there's probably 15 minutes of interesting stuff in there that I think would have been compacted out of this 2-hour thing. So the first 10-15 minutes was just, he's translating it. He's translating it. I mean, it's like, okay, we get it. So, but that is what it is. Thanks once again, Jacob. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.